Now, a business group has claimed the government's £2 billion youth employment scheme doesn't go far enough to address the COVID-19 job crisis. The Kickstart plan, aimed at under 24-year-olds, would pay employers for every young person they support and train. But the Federation of Small Businesses Group warned that more action is needed to prevent a lost generation of young people. It comes as official figures reveal that in June, over 750,000 young people were not in education, employment or training. The Kickstart scheme means that out-of-work youngsters who are at risk of long-term unemployment will be offered 6-month work placements. The scheme will cover the relevant national minimum wage requirements for 25 hours a week, and companies can start joining from today and get £1,500 to set up training for young people. Well, to discuss the fears of a lost generation and kickstarting the economy, I'm now joined by a venture capitalist and finance expert. That's Ibrahim Khan. Ibrahim, thank you for talking to us. This business group thinks we need much more than £2 billion to help Generation COVID. Do you agree?
Ultimately, I think I do agree. I think that this scheme is really, really valuable in the sense that it's pumping money towards 16 to 24-year-olds. We need more of that. Where I think it falls is the kind of jobs it's going to create is two kind of jobs. One is low-skilled jobs that would already have existed anyway. Places like Tesco have signed up, those kind of jobs. Or internships where ultimately in the long term, these 16 to 24-year-olds aren't going to get the skills to stay in long-term employment and really improve the UK's economic situation in the long term by skilling up in the right areas.
Well, with this kind of scheme, employers can simply use young people as cheap subsidised labour, then fire them after 6 months, can't they?
I agree. I actually think what's going to happen is that as speaking as someone who regularly has interns working for me, I know intimately, I talk to business people every single day. I know intimately the kind of things that business people will be thinking about are, interns overall are a bit of a burden, but the government has sweetened this a little bit by giving $1,500 for, the kind of the difficulty of taking on a worker. But long term, the only way that interns, those 16 to 24-year-old, employees are going to get value out of this is by making sure that they are skilled up for the jobs of the 21st century. And if people are just going to take on interns for the short term and, not really engage them and not really get them as part of their business, which they won't if it's just an internship, then I don't think that's going to be achieved.
Therefore, Ibrahim, what else could the government be doing then?
So I think I actually think that the idea of putting 16 to 24-year-olds into a workplace is great. The thing that they need to be adding to that is a really rigorous training program. And I know they've said they're going to give some money for the workplace to train people, but that's too broad. I think that it needs to be really focused on where the economy is going. We run an angel syndicate, IFG.VC, and we see where we are betting on where the future is going, and the future is digital, the future is online. The high street is closing down, everything is going online. So we need to be training up these people in web design, coding, PR, search engine optimization, social media. All of these are the bread and butter of the economy in a decade's time, and that's what we need to be imparting onto these guys.
Indeed. Ibrahim Khan, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you.